Keith Urban's amazing journey. Keith Urban just released his ninth album, and it's very special to him. When Keith walked onto the CMA stage, something felt different. He's a famous country music singer with beautiful blonde hair. His guitar playing touches people's hearts, and his voice is both soft and powerful. Keith hadn't been on stage for many months. When he came back, things had changed. For many years, America loved Keith Urban. He won 4 Grammy Awards. He made sad feelings into beautiful songs. He was like a quiet hero who made country music feel warm and close to people's hearts. But that night when he sang, "Where the Blacktop Ends," the clapping sounded strange. People weren't really listening to his music. They were thinking about other things like his breakup with Nicole Kidman, and some things he did that made people confused. Keith's childhood. Keith was born in 1967 in a small town in New Zealand, far away from Nashville. His family didn't have much money. His dad had problems with drinking, and his mom worked very hard to take care of the family. Keith was a shy, quiet boy. At school, other kids were mean to him because he was different. They made fun of the way he talked and sometimes pushed him around. But Keith had one thing that made him happy: music. His parents bought him an old guitar with scratches on it. From that moment, Keith played guitar every day until his fingers hurt. By age 9, he was playing in small shows. When he played music, he didn't feel scared or lonely anymore. He listened to famous singers like Dolly Parton and dreamed of being like them. When Keith was 15, he made a big choice. He left school to focus only on music. He played in smoky bars, sometimes for just $10, sometimes for free. But he never gave up on his dream. Moving to find his dream. When Keith turned 18, he moved to Australia to find bigger chances. He played anywhere he could, at weddings, pubs, and festivals. Some nights he didn't have enough money for food. He slept on couches and stayed up all night practicing. But Keith kept going. His talent got better and better, and people started noticing him. Then Keith moved to Nashville, the home of country music. This was his biggest dream, but Nashville didn't welcome him right away. He played in tiny shows where almost nobody watched. He practiced in his car and sometimes even slept there because he couldn't afford anything else. Finally, success. Keith never stopped trying. In 1999, his song, "But for the Grace of God," became a huge hit. Suddenly, everyone knew who Keith Urban was. The boy from New Zealand who had big dreams was now a real country music star. His songs like "Somebody Like You" and "You'll Think of Me" became super popular. People loved his music because it felt real and honest. Meeting Nicole Kidman. Then Keith met Nicole Kidman, a famous movie actress. They fell in love and got married. Everyone thought they were the perfect couple. Keith became even more famous. He was on TV, won more awards, and played concerts all over the world. Keith seemed to have everything: fame, awards, love, and millions of fans. But inside, things weren't always easy. Hard times. Even though Keith was successful, he had problems. The pressure of being famous was really hard. He traveled all the time, and people expected him to be perfect. Sometimes Keith made bad choices and struggled with drinking, just like his dad had when he was young. Nicole helped him through these hard times, but after many years their marriage had problems. In September 2024, Keith and Nicole separated. Fans were shocked and sad. Then, just before the CMA Awards, Keith played at a private party at Mar-a-Lago, where Donald Trump lives. Some people got really mad about this. He sang a song called "Pink Pony Club" about accepting different people. Some thought this was strange, others thought it was brave. When Keith finally got back on the CMA stage, people weren't just listening to his music. They were thinking about all the drama and news stories. The real truth. Here's what most people don't understand. Keith has always felt like he was searching for where he belongs. Even with all his fame and success, he still felt that lonely feeling from when he was a kid. When Keith sang Pink Pony Club, he wasn't trying to make anyone mad. He connected with the song because it's about finding a place where you feel accepted, something Keith has been looking for his whole life. After his divorce, Keith just wanted to start fresh. He wasn't trying to be in the news or cause drama. He just wanted to do what he's always done, play music. Keith's message. Keith Urban's story teaches us something important. Even famous people have problems. Even people who seem perfect on the outside struggle on the inside. Even the strongest people feel lost sometimes. But Keith never gave up. When he was a poor kid getting bullied, he didn't quit. When he was sleeping in his car in Nashville, he kept trying. And now, even when people are saying mean things about him, he's still making music. Music has always been Keith's safe place, where he goes when nothing else makes sense. That's why he came back to the stage. Not because he's perfect, but because music is his home. The future. Keith Urban's story isn't over. Yes, he's been through hard times. Yes, people have criticized him. But he's still here, still playing his guitar, still singing his heart out. If Keith's story touched your heart, share it. Because Keith Urban isn't finished yet. The music is still his home, and somewhere ahead, a new beginning is waiting for him.